morning to the millions of people all over the world rushing home to join us. Very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Wednesday, the 10th of June, 2020. Welcome along to this morning's little chat show. Yes, it's United Kingdom Talk, the show that makes you want to smile. Let's start the show today by smiling. Are you feeling better now already? See, you thought it was going to be a long, boring old day with no one smiling at you. We can't see the smiles anymore. We've all got the masks on there. How do you know someone's smiling? We can tell by looking at their eyes, can't you? Can you tell how happy I am today? Look, everything is everything is upwards. Everything is upwards today. Keep smiling, gang. That's the important thing to do. Keep smiling. I'm smiling this morning, although not because of the weather. I noticed already. Fran Green is already reporting rain and wetness just below where she is. And the weather this morning, in the sun, watch out, the rain cometh. Noah needs to start building another ark immediately. If only he was still alive, there wouldn't be any mess that's happening at the moment, dear. Yeah, what's next? What's next? First of all, we had the Brexit. Then we had the virus, and now we got the race riots. One wonders what is going to come next. Don't you? It just seems to get worse and worse, doesn't it? Is it because some of us are a little bit older than others? Is that how we see things now? Things are just getting worse and worse in life. Do you see that? Because I do. I do, except when I'm sitting up here with you. I take great pleasure in here holding your hand while we're doing our little thing in the morning. Thick cloud from the north and east, it says in the sun today, is bringing heavy showers. Welcome news for gardeners during lockdown. I have to say, yes, the certainly the front. I've only got a tiny little bit of grass at the front. But that area is absolutely bone dry. And also the little bit of communal a part of the communal sort of trees and that, which I took it upon myself to look after. That is bone dry. I don't water that. I mean, I'd be spending fortunes in water, dear. That water meter's going around like that. It's going mad, dear. I practically emptied 3 reservoirs onto my back garden the other week, dear. Anyway, the Met Office says, while today will kick off with occasional rain, heavy showers are developing with the weather remaining unsettled for the weekend. A band of rain was forecast to... We need a map here, don't we? We need... You know the little symbols? Little symbols. Can we do little symbols? I don't know. Let's try that. Little rain symbol. Let's try that, dear. Little rain symbol. Perhaps we can do. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to lick it, do I? I might damage my lovely flamingo backdrop. A band of rain will fall across here and here and here and here and here. Everyone will get a good soaking. Some of you need to be in the water a bit, I think, really. Filthy. Who's not had a wash this morning? Disgusting. And who's not brushed their teeth? 1 or 2 of you haven't brushed your teeth this morning. The smell is coming out of the camera towards me. Please brush your teeth before you watch this show in the morning. Thick cloud will thus continue to build across the country this morning, bringing showers first thing. Well, we haven't had any showers here yet. Wednesday will be cloudy at first, with occasional rain and more patchy in the south, along with extensive cloud cover. Dear me, it's all over. No more nice weather. We had our nice weeks, and we had a very nice May, thank you very much. We're not going to have a nice June, though. June is busting out all over. Look, a song so early on in the show. Doesn't it? It just gets better and better. Does Naga Monchetti sing on the news? Does Naga sing in the morning? Does Dan sing in the morning? Does Piers Morgan sing in the morning? No, Piers just shouts in the morning. Does Susanna Reid sing in the morning? No. What about on the radio? Does Nick Ferrari sing on LBC? Does that wonderful lady, what's her name? On Talk Radio, who I like to listen to, does she sing in the morning? Do any of the DJs, the stunningly good-looking Roman Kemp, does he sing on Capital in the morning? No. Do I? Yes. June is busting out all over. More songs, not available free of charge. So that's the news there for the weather. Who's here today? Shall we have a look there? At the top of the list, where are we going for? Excuse me. I can't see the very top. I only see where I've come in, you see. Gavin, morning to Gavin. Gavin has been retweeting the show. Thank you, Gavin. How did you do at the quiz last night? Nice quiz last night. Very nice. We had a few more people, which I'm pleased about. I'd love to go over 100 with that. I'm not led by numbers, as you know, but it would be nice. I haven't actually had a show yet ever go over 100. We got close with the bingo. I think we had about 92 once is the highest on the bingo, but I've never actually got over 100 yet, sort of watching live. So excitement. That can be our challenge, our target. Like a target, like the Blue Peter Totalizer. Perhaps we could have one of those behind us. A Blue Peter type style totalizer. You know, with the lights that come on depending on how many people are actually there. I think I'd probably be disappointed, to be honest. But nevertheless, and we can have a little one at the top where it would be 100 and the red light starts flashing away. I'm liking the sound of that. Someone would be able to build one of those on here. One of the talented people who's good at DIY. Don't look at me. Mind you, 2 successful DIY things yesterday. Oh yes, I'll tell you about those later. Don't push me. Also yesterday, something very nice arrived. Oh yes, dear. Something arrived yesterday. What could it be? Could it be a couple of prizes? I only got 2 made. Very expensive to have those made, I tell you that now. But 2 have been made and they will be here. Well, they're here already, actually. No, horses wouldn't drag it from me. I'm not telling you what it is. We got just had a super chat come in now. Who's sending super chats so early in the morning? June is busting out all over. Thank you very much for the £4 super chat that someone has sent this morning. Except, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Mr. Mark Jones. He's back from work nice and early. Good morning, Mark. Hello, little Mark. Did you get your mug in the post, darling? I didn't hear from you, my love. Your mug went off to the address that you provided. Where was it? Is it a room? Room something or other. Did you get that, Mark? Do let us know, darling. Here we are. Let me give you 4 free raffle tickets for tomorrow's draw, which is a T-shirt. Okay, it's a T-shirt tomorrow. 4 free raffle tickets in exchange for your very kind tip. There we go. Mark Jones, I'll give you the numbers 488, 489, 490, and 491. There you go, Mr. Mark Jones. M-A-R-C-J-O. I've put Mark Joan. Mark Joan. That sounds quite good, actually, isn't it? There you go. It was 4 raffle tickets, 4 free raffle tickets in exchange for that tip. Thank you very much, darling. He's enjoying the show already, aren't you, Mark? Wow. I wish I was. Thank you, Mark. Very kind. Did you get your mug? Do let us know that. Who's here? Peter Wright, good morning. I've got some photos Peter Wright has sent in this morning, incidentally, boys and girls. Some photos. Now, we were enthralled. And it's nice that people talk about interesting things on this channel, boys and girls. And who is it now? Peter Wright. Peter Wright, he was talking about his cleaning yesterday. He sent in a couple of pictures of the state of his place before it was cleaned up. What a dump! Jesus Christ! What it was like, you know, the entire... It looked like a council tip. It actually looked like a council tip. Well, it's been a very, very busy bee, and we cannot wait to see pictures of your cleaned up house or room that you live in, and I have them here on the system waiting in exchange for only calculating bing booba 18 likes. We require 18 likes, not only to see Peter Wright's cleaning, but also to see something particularly vile that will turn some of your stomachs, even more than my face is doing at the moment. Something has been sent in, boys and girls, by one of our avid, loyal viewers to this channel. Something's been sent in. Not only 1, but 2 pictures has been sent in by this particular person. If you want to see them and find out what they are, we will require tonight, this morning, 18 18 likes, please. 18 likes gets you to see the picture. We're already at 11 this morning, so you've only got to do another 7. How do you do a like? Underneath the little YouTube screen is a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Hit the thumbs up and it will accumulate into likes. And then you'll be able to see those pictures. Not only, Peter Wright's very such a fascinating person, the stuff he comes out with. I don't think there's anyone else on this channel who's as interesting as Peter Wright. I have to say. That this morning. Not only Peter Wright's very interesting pictures of his cleaning, but also the disgusting, filthy, disgusting... Oh, God! Look what's just come out of my mouth. Dead leaves. Do you know why there's dead leaves here? Because I thought I better cut the dead leaves off of that before Mick Davenport moans. Oh, you haven't cut the dead leaves off the plant yet? Because he moans a lot, doesn't he? There we are. So if you want to see those, likes, please. 16 already. Blimey, that was quick. I should have made it more than that. Anyway, no, I said 18. Once we've said it, and that's it. Morning, Peter Wright. There's Daniel Waterhouse. Good morning, Daniel. Jason Hughes. Hello to you. Diane Jebb, you beautiful lady. Dan S. in the house. Morning, Dan. Adam the plumber. There's Adam the plumber. Upsetting me last night. What is a rosary? What was it he said? Is it some sort of special meal or something like that? No, Adam. This, my dear, is a rosary. I bought this in for you today from my bedroom. This is a rosary beads, dear. What you say prayers with. There we go. Rosary. Oh, it's fallen apart. Oh, no. My aunt won't be happy about that. She gave me this. Oh, God. I need... Oh, looks like another job for Chris Reardon. DIY services. Oh, yeah. There is a rosary in 2 parts. Okay? That is a rosary, what you do prayers with. And you do Hail Marys, right? And there's 10 Hail Marys. You'll have 5 of those. I think it's 5 sections of 10. So that is called a decade. A decade. A decade of Hail Marys. Would you like me to do 10 now for you? Would you? What is a rosary? What a thicko. Dear me. How can you not know what a rosary is? It's the trouble with this country, dear. It's all falling apart. As you well know, falling apart. There you are, especially for you, Adam the plumber, this morning. He may be good at installing bathrooms, but he ain't got a clue what a rosary is. You must have something like that in your spiritual church, do you? What do you do in the spiritual church? We count Hail Marys. What do you do? Count ghosts that have come into the church while you're doing one of your services, dear? Shocking. Dear me, what is a rosary, please? Is it a special... He said on the show last night, is it some sort of special afternoon tea? Oh, dear me. Morning to Mandy Davenport. Morning. George Bond. Michael Pullman in the house there. Andy. Hello, Andy. Daniel Holmes. Hello, sir. Amelia Phillips. Good morning, my dear. Talking to each other there, I think. Adrian Richardson. Good morning, Adrian. Hello. Daniel. What is that? I've said hello to Daniel. Good morning, Kieran. Kieran is there as well. Hello to you, Kieran. Adam, you're right, Chris. Things are getting worse. They've now taken Little Britain off now. Oh, dear. What next? Are you being served? Oh, they just... don't even go there, Adam. Don't even go there. I can't believe they're taking Little Britain off. There will be no... This will be the only humour soon, the stuff I do. No one will be allowed to laugh at anything at all. It's very sad. Very sad world we're starting to live in now, I tell you now. Good morning to William Nicholson. I think you're new. Welcome to the show, William. How did you find us and where are you, William? We always like to find these things out. Welcome along. I hope you enjoy our little form of madness this morning. Hello to James Douglas Joker, who's in Ohio. 3:50 in the morning there. 3:50 in the morning. It's not bad, is it, eh? What else have we got here? Have we would like to get all the names in as possible, as many names mentioned as possible there. And then we'll move forward, shall we? Dr. Gregorian sends a £5. £5 tip this morning from Dr. Gregorian. Oh, God. Do you know what, Dr. Gregorian? I think I'm going to be able to go out now and eat today, darling. It's getting worse and worse here. I'm down to like 3 baked beans a day now, which is amazing how I can be putting on so much weight when only eating. That's one for each meal, incidentally. A baked bean in the morning, a baked bean in the afternoon, and a baked bean in the evening. It might be the loaf of bread that I have with each bean that might be giving me the problem. I don't know yet, but... Oh, we've got enough likes now. Okay, well, we'll do the pictures nice and early on today, I think. Thank you, Dr. Gregorian. Let me give you some free raffle tickets for that kind tip that you give me. Will he be winning the T-shirt tomorrow? That is the question. That's the prize we've got this week. You wait till you see next week's prize. Oh, you're going to love it. They were expensive. Put it this way, more expensive than the clocks. Okay, so I only got 2 done. There you go. 5 raffle tickets for you, Dr. Gregorian. Let me put those in my ticket retention unit behind me here. It's nice to win something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Whatever reason. Oh, Rosemary, it's like a Jedi chance. What on earth is a Jedi chance? What the hell's that? Morning to AMS Clark. Hello to you. Where are you? And Chris Woodhouse. Good morning, Christopher, who bought me a lovely gift. Chris has bought me a lovely gift and sent it in the post, so thank you for that, Chris. Which I'll be showing you in a couple of days' time. At the moment, it's devirusing. Anything that comes into the house through the post has to devirus first. Seriously, it gets put somewhere, and I leave it where it is for a number of days, usually about 4 days, and then I take it out. Then after that, but it's quite safe, Chris. It's in the house in my But that's what I need, a new room. I'll have to have an extension bit, a devirusing room. Anyway, that goes the same. Anyone who comes around to visit me will have to, under government guidelines, they will have to go in the devirusing room for 14 days. And there'll be like a little one-way flap in there where I can post through possibly water and food for them. Is that a good idea? Thank you, Chris. 497 to 501 for you there. All right, 497 to 501 for you. That's for tomorrow's raffle, where the prize is a T-shirt. All right, remember, you can't ask to buy tickets. Can't ask to buy tickets. They are given free of charge for anyone who sends a tip. A tip. There we are. Amelia's just got out of bed. Oh, naughty dear. Have you got, nasty, a trapped nerve in your hip? Oh, yes, you mentioned that yesterday. Adam, it sounds like some sort of posh Catholic tea that you drink in the afternoon. No, dear. Rosary beads. God's sake, woman. Rosemary beads. What's wrong with you? Dear man, I think you're going to have to come down to church one day with us. Although we're not going to be able to sing, I don't think. I've got a little story about that coming up soon. Morning to Sabrina there. Hello to Matuli O'Brien. Hello, Matuli O'Brien. Welcome to the show there. Nice 20 likes there. We'll get those pictures up in a second or two. Adrian, is your special new prize a straight jacket? Well, if it was, it wouldn't fit you, would it, Adrian? You know, even if I got the XXXXXXXL one, would it, Adrian? Wouldn't fit you, darling. Or were you hoping to borrow it? Because I don't think it's going to come in the post to you. Blimey, if I had sent you a straight jacket, we'd have to get one of those large articulated lorries to deliver the thing, dear. With the amount of donuts you've been shoving in your face. Please. Oh, go on, say it. It's that I can't go down to the gym at the moment. You can do things at home. I'll go and have a walk around. By the way, do you remember that app I mentioned yesterday? The walking and cycling app? Fantastic. I've made a little map. I haven't made it. The app made it. It's fantastic. I'll show it to you. That's something else I've got to show you today. All right, I've actually uploaded. It makes a video of your routes, which I'll be showing you towards the during the show today. Let's just do these raffle tickets for Adam, and then we'll do the pictures for you. Adam Tubero. Adam Tubero. Adam Tubero. There you go. I don't know why it came into my head the other day, Adam. Yeah, but for some reason, I don't know why this came into my head, and I don't mean to upset you at all or whatever. But is your mum and dad still around? Or are you sort of... I'm an orphan now. My mum and dad aren't here anymore. No. Mum in 2000 and dad in 1996. So really, I'm now an orphan. Is there a package I can receive from the government for that? Like a poverty pass or something like that some people get? Oh, hang on. Just dropped a ticket there. Here we are, Adam. Free raffle tickets for you. 502 to 506 there. 502 to 506. Sounds like a song, that, doesn't it? Wow, lots of tips this morning. Thank you very much. You're very kind. You're very kind to this ageing DJ. Okay, so let's show you these. Pictures that have been sent in. First of all, let me send you the pictures from Peter Wright, who's been cleaning his room. Look at this. Oh, he's got an Amazon. Look, I've got one of those. Well, I've got 4 of those now. I love them. I bought them when they were really cheap. Look at the Amazon. That's the little white thing. That'll come round again in a moment. The little white thing that was on his desk there on the left-hand side is one of those Amazon dots. And just before Christmas, they were knocking those out for, I think it was 20 quid or 25 quid. Fantastic. Fantastic price. But this is Peter's nice clean room that is all tidied up. Look at that. All his bed is made. I notice no crusty old tissues down the side of the bed there. He's got a fan for when he gets too hot to... Is that a Wi-Fi thing near your head? Or I wouldn't be having that near my head. All the important paperwork. What are they? Claims forms, darling, from the government or something like that you're claiming for? Is that what it is, my love? Eh? Stuff from the DHSS, possibly. How many pens have you got there, dear? Oh, very disappointed. I can't see any of my pens there. Perhaps you haven't won any yet. What a shame. Maybe you will this week. So thank you very much for that, Peter Wright. Doesn't that look tidy? You see, we are fascinated to see what's inside people's houses, aren't we? This week, houses. Next week, I'll be taking you live into the Royal Berkshire Hospital to have a look inside people's bodies. Well, we'll just start off with something minor like open heart surgery or something like that. I think I could do that possibly myself. You know how good I am at the DIY? Would you trust me to replace one of your lungs? That's the question I'm asking you today. I can see myself doing it. Adam, here's an idea for you. Fat people like me, and me, I've now got you can't see it, but I've got I've got 2 buttons undone now underneath it. As soon as that comes off that camera there, I'm going to prove it to you. Look. Okay, look at this, right? No, not that one. 1 minute, that one. Look. Is that the one? No, not that one. Is it that one? There you go. Look. I'm fat now too. We can't stop eating, dear. As I say, 3 baked beans a day is all I have now. But it's the 1 loaf of bread I have with each baked bean that I think is doing the damage. That and the thick butter. What am I on that? Dane pack, I think, which is like either Lidl or... Aldi's version of Lurpak. Oh, it's so nice and yummy. I think that's what's doing it there. Adam, fat people like me that struggle to lose weight, we could set up a room with gym training equipment and a one-way door, and you can't come out until you've lost the weight. I like the sound of that, Adam. I like the sound of that very much, Adam. Where's Mick this morning? Is he all right? Have I missed something? Is Mick all right, Mandy? I notice he's not here today. Do let us know if you want to. If it's private, then that's okay as well, darling. All right. Are you a fan of trains? Watch my YouTube channel. Yeah. Model railways I like. Yes, I do. I'm particularly impressed with the amount of Lego trains that you can get. I didn't know that. I'm now signed up to the Hornby newsletter, and each week they bring out a little video of something they've done. Hornby just recently bought out a little NHS wagon, didn't they? Yeah, I love all of that. One day, I say one day, I've been saying that since I was like 15 years old. 57 now. One day I'll have a layout, a big train layout, but It's not something. I mean, I can put railways together and all that. What I'm not talented at is doing the DIY and making the bit of wood and nailing down all the stuff. Oh, I can't be bothered with all that. I just want to turn up and work them. That's all. I'm not interested in putting it all together or working out a layout or something like that. Something fairly small that perhaps goes around the entire garden or all the houses. Oh, how about that? Perhaps I could speak to my neighbours. I like the sound of that. And maybe if I could put little holes in their fences, my trains could go around all the gardens. The cats would go mad, wouldn't they? Meow. They'd be like that with their paws. I like cat videos, don't you, on YouTube? I do like cat videos. Peter Wright, the third picture went sent much lower to the floor. You only see the TV. Yeah, that's right. No, I kind of zoomed it in. Did you take it in a different way? Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Thanks very much for those, Peter. Daniel's got a better show about hospital operating theatres through the keyhole surgery. That's interesting. Through the keyhole surgery, yes. I've got some more pictures to show you. They're from John Parrish. I think we'll wait to see if he appears. He may be there already, sitting quietly on the side, but he sent in some pictures as well. Horrible pictures. Horrible. Oh, mate. Oh, no. It's the 6 coming up again. I had that last night. Do you ever have that at night? I woke up and there was a little bit sick in my mouth. It come up. Mustn't eat such large things. It was the bread again, not the baked bean. Mustn't eat large things before I get up in the morning. Good morning to Dave Moses. Does Rod Stewart have a big train set? You're absolutely right, Pete. Dave, yes, he does. Yes, he does. And there was a big... It was in all the papers some months ago, I remember. Certainly the Sun and the Daily Mail were carrying it, I think. Huge train layout older Rod Stewart's got. And he does it all himself, doesn't he? He hasn't had anyone come in to build that for him. Oh, it's fantastic. Rod Stewart's train set. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube somewhere if anyone wants to watch that. Good morning to Bethany Connor. Hello, you, Beth. Very good morning. Fitbit was given to my husband for a birthday gift. Month later, uploaded to a PC. The wife was not unimpressed. He was popping next door. Was not impressed. He was popping next door at 2 a.m. and having a good workout. No. Is that right, Beth? Well, that's what, funnily enough, that's what DJ Chris Woodhouse has bought me. We had a spare one. He's got a Fitbit watch thing. He got me that, and it's got a watch on it as well, because I actually don't have a watch at the moment. He got me a Fitbit watch, and that's or a different brand, but that sort of thing. And at the moment, it's in the devirusing room, so I'll be able to show you that. What is it today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, probably Monday, Saturday or Monday. Saturday or Monday, okay? Morning to Joseph McDonald. I would love to send pictures of my CD collection. How do I do it? Easy. Just send it to that address there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Any pictures, anything like that, make sure they're the same way. Either all like that or all like that. Otherwise, it goes wrong when I try and upload them up. Okay? Preferably no more than a couple of pictures. Otherwise, it's an awful lot of work. All right? Good, excellent. So we'll hold on and we'll see if John Parrish appears in the next 20 minutes or so to show you the other pictures there. So good morning to you, Bethany. But we were talking about singing a moment ago, and they've been saying with the virus thing, singing is not a good idea because it pushes your air out further, and therefore anything bad that might be coming out of your mouth as well. When will it be safe to sing again together? This story is in the New York Times. We've got international today, the New York Times. It says, imagine the scene. You're at church, belting out a hymn, and the sound is so joyful that you turn smiling to look around. It's that smiling. Are you smiling this morning? Smiling to look around. You notice a spray of spit coming from the mouth of the person next to you. Now, I've seen this at karaoke. Chris Woodhouse, you've seen this. No names mentioned. There are certain people, when they're doing the karaoke, the phlegm or the spit that's coming out of their mouths. I've seen it literally dripping from a microphone before. And I think that the people that do it are completely unaware it's happening. It's awful. Awful. It says, you heard a child spurting out of him. You noticed a spray of spit coming from the mouth of the person next to you. One particularly large droplet arcs towards the person in front, then lands right on their neck. I must say, I've never seen this in a church. 3 months ago, you might have thought that moment was gross. Today, you'd probably find it frightening, and I would. Oh my God, what's it like now? You know, when you're out somewhere, okay, and whether you're out or walking around and you see someone cough, how many of you take a few steps back at that point? Because I do. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. There was an old bloke the other week when I'd gone for my daily walk. Going to do a mega walk today. Gone for my daily walk or cycle. I do one or the other. Today, well, I did a walk yesterday, didn't I? No, I fancy a walk today. I'll do another walk today. And I'm kind of looking up and down. He said, are you lost? I said, yeah, a little bit. I said, I think I'm going up that way. Is that the way to the forest up there? He said, oh, yeah. And so he came over and he stood back a bit. Yeah, if you just... oh, I'm sorry, mate. And then he coughed. Oh, my God. I was terrified. And he said, oh, don't worry, I've got asthma. Well, you don't know that. I don't know who he was. Don't know who he was. You know, I was terrified. This is the state of a lot of people now. We're all frightened of someone coughing or sneezing, aren't we? It says, back to this story in the New York Times today. In a space of a few months, group singing has gone from being something life-affirming to a potential source of disease, even death. Outbreaks of the coronavirus have been linked with choir rehearsals and church services in Britain, Germany, the Netherlands, the United States, and this month, South Korea. Some countries have banned group singing as a result, and scientists are studying the risks. But with conflicting messages from the authorities worldwide, singers are left for now with little but anxiety. Now, even our canon at our local church, I was watching a live stream, I think it was this week he mentioned it, and that was that we can open the churches soon, not for like masses and things like that, or services, or if you're of another religion, I don't know, mosques and things like that. I think they will be able to open up soon, but you won't be able to have the singing. The singing is a problem. You think all these choirs and certainly in Christian churches, choirs, I'm not quite sure what they have in mosques, whether they have choirs or I don't think they have singing in, do they have singing in synagogues? I don't know. And the Buddhist temples, whatever your religion, you know, I don't know if you have choirs. We certainly do in the Christian churches, in the Catholic churches. We're kind of nothing to do. I must say, when I go to church, I do avoid the non-singing masses. There are non-singing masses, right, you can go to, or you can go to a sung one. I like to go to the sung ones with all the music. No music, you know? It says, to many scientists and doctors, the risk of singing is clear. It's not safe for people to simply return to the choir room and pick things up. One bloke who's a chemical engineer at the University of California who has studied how disease-carrying particles spread during speech said in a Zoom interview that he would strongly agree with the assessment that singing, especially indoors in enclosed spaces, is at this moment a terrible idea. The most obvious reason singing is a risk for virus transmission is that droplets of saliva can spray from someone's mouth just like when they cough. These droplets can be made out of the mucus that coats the lungs and larynx and could contain virus particles. And it says, but a potentially bigger issue is that comes from particles you can't see called aerosols, right? These are so light they can travel whatever the air currents take them. Think of it like smells. If someone on the other side of your house starts baking chocolate chip cookies, eventually you can smell it. In a poorly ventilated room, aerosols would accumulate. Now, you could argue, and the story goes on, I'll leave that there, but you could argue, you know, churches are very big places and what have you, but it's still enclosed, isn't it? Still enclosed. So terrible, really. Terrible when you think about that, really, that you might not be able to sing, at least for some time, maybe in the future. God, I can't imagine that, you know, just can't imagine that. Especially, usually, a lot of the choirs are up in a loft. Well, if they cough, then it's all going to just drift down onto everyone else, isn't it? Perhaps I could just go and play the organ and have no singing. I don't know how well that would work. That's a different thing altogether, isn't it? But there we are. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Good morning to Mick Davenport arriving this morning. Morning to you. Matuli O'Brien. Rod Stewart is rumoured to be packing a serious love gun in his trousers. Well, good luck to him. I won't want it. Far too old for me. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Hello to you. Let's have a look there. Peter's got 3 Amazon dots, have you? Excellent. And an Amazon plug. I've just ordered another smart plug. Yeah, for my for one of my heating things here. Adam, Mum is 84, still very independent. She goes out driving, shopping. Past 12 years, came home from doing a plumbing job, and she dropped dead on a pavement. Is that right? Oh, darling. How awful. Oh, sorry to hear that, Adam. Sorry to hear that. Chris Woodhouse is off now. He's going to have a shower. About time as well, Chris. About time you had that shower, my darling. He'll be off on his bike soon. He's got an electric bike. Does about 35 mile an hour, this bike of his. Shouldn't do. I'm sure that's illegal. Good morning to you, Chris. Thanks for joining us early on there. You have a lovely day there. Okay. Wash behind the ears. That's a very good piece of advice. Anyone go to Frankie and Benny's at all? Do you ever go there? Pizzas, pastas. We used to have one in Bracknell, but they closed down when they redid the shopping centre, and all these restaurants opened up, and they said they couldn't compete. They're expensive pizzas in there. I always used to go there before I went on holiday. If I went on a long haul holiday like Australia, right? It would me and my mate, because he would be dropping us off at the airport. You see, we would go to Frankie and Benny's and have a pizza. And then we go to the airport afterwards. It's kind of a thing that we used to do. But our Frankie and Benny's went a couple of years ago. Well, it's not looking good for them. If you like Frankie and Benny's, the owner has announced plans to close 120 of his shops immediately, which is a great shame. The restaurant group, which owns the brand, said 125 of the restaurants will permanently close with rent fees renegotiated on the other 85 other underperforming branches. Bosses cited a challenging casual dining sector. Well, I certainly won't be going out for a meal anytime soon. I don't do the takeaway thing really very often at all. It's certainly, if they were to open the doors of wherever, McDonald's, Frankie and Benny's, anywhere like that, if they were open to open those anytime soon, I wouldn't be going. Again, enclosed spaces, you see. It comes a week after a firm reportedly told hundreds of workers that many sites are just no longer viable to trade and will remain closed permanently. Isn't that a shame? Frankie and Benny's. Anyone go to a Frankie and Benny's? Do you like those at all, Frankie and Benny's? Is that a place that you'd go to? Good morning to John Aitken. He went to he says Frankie and Benny's, not a very nice restaurant. I'm not surprised they're closing down. I thought it was all right, Adrian. Sorry, Adrian. I thought they were all right in there. Did you not like them? What didn't you like about them? I know you'd be sitting in there and 5 or 6 times they'd all start singing happy birthday to someone, wouldn't they? My mate had it down to a T. He worked out that every time you have a birthday at a restaurant, you get something. So now every time he goes to, or even an afternoon tea actually, he's done that a couple of times in a posh hotel with me. Tell him it's my birthday. No, I'm not. Go and tell him it's my birthday. Out comes a cake. It's not his birthday. Shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. John's been to Frankie and Benny's and he wasn't impressed either. Preferred Pizza Express. Oh, no. I don't go to Pizza Express. I find them really expensive. I never forget, me and my mate went to one in Islington. I'm going back here about 10 years. For lunch. And it come out to like 50 quid. For lunch. For lunch 10 years ago. I mean, we had a pizza and a couple of puddings and a couple of non-alcoholic drinks. That's all we had, and it come to 50 quid. We never went back. Never went back there. You want a nice pizza? I'll tell you that, John. Go to Aldi. They do pizzas in there for like, I don't know, 80 pence. They are absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious, those pizzas there. You've got to try one of those. Got to try one of those, all right? Now, so we've got 2 a couple of terrible disasters I've had this week, as well you know, on the old DIY front. Now, I can't remember what the second one was actually now, but I tried to fix the roof of my shed. It's not actually there's the roof, and there's a bit that goes down like that, and then there's a bit there. It's that bit there. It's a big hole. It's gone completely, it's rotted so badly, there's a big hole in there now. And first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I tried it with waterproof gaffer tape and bin liners. Put that over the hole. Well, it didn't really stick that well, so I thought I'd order something a little bit more substantial. And I found this roofing tape stuff, which I think it's a bit like flashing, except it's sticking. It comes on a roll. Good mate, Bostik. So I put strips of that across. Oh, what a mess, dear. What an absolute mess it is. So that was my DIY disaster. And there was something else I did, and that didn't work either. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the tiles, wasn't it? The first time I stuck my ceramic tiles on the front of the house, I used internal No More Nows. Well, of course, you know. I mean, it didn't rain. It didn't rain at all. And I went out there. Usually it's something like 5 hours and it's rock solid. I leave it for 48 hours, 2 days. Like to make sure it's properly gone off. I went out there and I took the tape off that was holding them in place, and the nails at the bottom. Well, the thing fell straight off the wall. It fell straight off, smashed it. Lovely tile it was with cats on it. Smashed. I thought, oh no, well what about the others? So the others I went over to carefully. I pulled them straight off the wall, they came. And it was then I realised I'd use internal No More Nows instead of external No More Nows. Got to use the right one, dear. So I ordered that and I put them back up, and with great success, now they won't come off the wall. Wonderful, dear. Wonderful. Hot air gun needed with Bostik tape. Oh, well, perhaps that's why that didn't work there. Mornings to Sadiq. Welcome to you, sir. Welcome to our show, Sadiq. You're new there. Hello to you. So that's that. But since then, I have had some success. Oh, yes. Yesterday, only yesterday, live and exclusive on the show, I reported to you that I had adjusted my Sky satellite dish because I lost some channels. And I got my little gadget. I still haven't brought this up here to show you, have I? Oh, yes, I have. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. This is... And you can get these for 20 quid. As long as you know you can get to your satellite dish easily, don't go up on the roof. Rod Hull did that and he's dead. He went up to adjust his TV aerial, didn't he? Fell off the roof, dead. Don't do it. If it's on the roof, mine is down on the wooden fence. Trouble is, because it's wood, it moves slightly now and again, and it moved. I've got a satellite finder. Look at this. Look. All carefully kept in its little box. I did show you a similar thing yesterday, but if you saw yesterday's show, you'll see how similar this is. There we are, satellite finder. And you attach one side to the dish, and the other side goes back to your telly, and it makes a noise. Boo! Like that. Wonderful gadget. Wonderful. And then you can move the dish, and it goes woo, like that. And as the noise goes up, you're hitting the satellite better. Okay? And then you turn it down on the little knob that I just showed you there. Satellite finder. Get one for 20 quid. And that's probably saved me, I would say, a minimum. That's got to save me a minimum of 150 quid calling out a Sky bloke. You know, or free sat. I don't have Sky. I've got free sat. I've got Dish. But I don't pay for extra channels. I just have the free ones. And so that was a success. And then I mentioned that I'd fixed the bracket holding the ladder in my lean-to shed back on the wall, which is wooden. And I did that. But then I stopped and I put an extra bit of No More Nows exterior behind the bracket and continued to screw the new raw plug into the wall, which also had No More Nows in it. That is as solid as a rock now. Very pleased. And yesterday I reinstalled the ladder into its brackets. Very pleased with that. Thank you very much, Chris Reardon. Round of applause for me. DIY Chris is in the house. Yesterday I repaired some lights. Oh, yes. Some lights were repaired again in my lean-to. These lights haven't been working for years. Okay? One day I went in and turned them on. Nothing. I thought, well, both, and there's two in there. I thought, well, both bulbs can't be broken. Right, actually, I meant to bring the bulb up there. They're really old. These bulbs are like 27 years old. They are the first type of not LEDs, little sort of what are they called, mini fluorescent ones. They're the first type that ever came out. They cost me £10 each. I bought them over from my flat in Wandsworth, and they still work. But they're heavy. They're very heavy, and they had pulled out one of the wires. Because I got up on my little step ladder and I had a look yesterday. Okay. So I turned off the switch, what the fuse is on. Got up there and I had a look. Yep, one of the little red wires had come out. So I took the whole thing down. Okay. Straightened the wires back up and put them in the little holes, doing the screws up, put it back on, turned it on, put in another bulb. I put in an LED bulb because it was much lighter, turned it on, and hey presto, both lights are now functioning. Yeah, baby. Last night, after I finished the show last night, I went out just to see how wonderful my lights were. I just turned them on and off a few times and watched them come on and off. That was my exciting moment last night. How sad is that? But one bulb is brighter than the other. I might get another bright one. Haven't decided yet. We can't just buy things willy-nilly, dear. Austerity measures are in place here in the studios of United Kingdom Talk at the moment. Gotta be austerity-ish. So there we are. DIY shed lights are done. Ladder is back on run. What shall I do today? Plus, I might repoint my wall today. Can't decide. I think DIY, I could be employed as like an odd job man. Oh, are we allowed to say that? Oh, the Liberals. Oh, that's really sexist. Why is it an odd job man? Be one of those people that complained about Little Britain, no doubt. Oh, can't say that. Can't say, it's an odd job person. It's an odd job person. Let me just roll my eyes up again for you. Gary, how does it go? Woohoo! It does. That little meter goes like that when you connect it. It goes woo as it's receiving the signal from the satellite, you see. If there's no signal, it's in silence. Perhaps if we turned around Piers Morgan from the camera, he would go silent, do you think? Woo! Like that it goes. Bethany, pizza. Go to Pizza Express for good food, good time, possibly memory loss. HRH recommended. Very good, Bethany. Oh, I think we went to Pizza Express. I can't remember which branch it was now. Morning to Gary's British talk show. Hello to you, sir. John does Domino Pizza he's got Domino Pizza at the end of the road. Have a delivery once a month. Good meal deals. But again, very expensive, John. Those pizzas are so expensive there, my love. They really are. Go to Aldi. 89 pence. They're delicious. There's nothing wrong with them. They're really just... Or if you want to really push the boat out, you can go to the Co-op. They do like a kind of gourmet pizza for about... And it's square. They're about £5.50 in there. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with those Aldi ones. Really nice. Did I see someone's birthday there? Is it someone's birthday? I can't see a birthday there. Have I missed a birthday there? I might have missed a birthday there. You can't call them odd. They're all odd. Snowflakes are odd people. Please don't watch this programme if you're a snowflake. We have no interest in your sad, humourless lives. If you are a snowflake, we have absolutely no interest whatsoever in your sad, humourless, pathetic lives. Anyone who's a snowflake and who's offended and can't have a laugh, you're in the wrong channel, darling, all right? What else have we got here? Did John Parrish turn up yet? No, he's not here yet, is he? We'll give him another 10 minutes, and if he's not there, I'll show you the thing anyway. Now, I think it was Fran and someone else was interested in the app that I downloaded yesterday. Where is it now? Where's the app I downloaded yesterday? It's called, is it Relive. Now, this is an app to do fitness maps sort of thing. It maps what you've just done, okay? Cycling, running, hiking, whatever. Yesterday I went for a bit of a walk, so I selected hiking and I hit start on the app and it made a little map. You can put music to it as well. Of course, I've taken off the music just in case we get into copyright troubles with that. But here is the little map of my walk yesterday that the app creates it. So when you finish, you get home, you hit pause and then you hit stop and it says, do you want to create a video of your journey? Yes, please. Here it is. Look, this was my walk yesterday. This is absolute. Look, watch that. That's where I walked yesterday. Isn't that brilliant? Look at that. I love it. Absolutely love it. That was my walk yesterday. So as you can see, I do travel quite a far way. That's probably not as long as you would think it would be. And the logo comes up after that. Right, here it comes. There you go. You get the logo come up as well. So absolutely fantastic little thing there. If you want to keep a sort of record of where you're going. The distance I travelled yesterday, it did say on here. Let me see. That's not as far as you would think it would be. Did it say that on there? Hang on a minute. Activity 1. Is it that one there? 1 minute. Goals, record, feed. Oh, I can't find it now. Oh, yeah. 2.7 miles. So that was it says it on there. 2.7 miles I did yesterday. Okay. Which is actually a little bit less than what I normally do. Normally, it's about 4 miles. Between 4 and 5 miles I'll walk in a day. I think it said the average speed was about 5. I don't know. It said the average speed was something like 5 miles an hour, which is a bit odd. Because I think I only walked for an hour. So if you walk for an hour at 5 miles an hour, you'd do 5 miles, wouldn't you? But it wasn't. It was 2.7 or something like that. So it's a great little thing, that is. And I'll do it again today. As I say, I think I'll probably walk again today because it looks like it might rain. And to get wet when you're walking is actually preferable to get in wet while you're on a bike. So I'll do that again today. And the app is called Relive. And it's fantastic. Daniel Holmes downloaded that yesterday. Good. I just hope you enjoy playing with that. Good morning to Dave-O up in Cleethorpes. Good morning, David. Hope you were there this morning. Peter Wright's just downloaded it again. Dave, were you dogging? No, dear. Please don't bring out any of your little mucky hobbies on this programme. This is a family-based show, Dave Moses, as I keep having to tell you. Dave Moses is. Was that a test show you did yesterday, or are you actually on air now, Dave? Dave uploaded one of his radio shows yesterday. Dave runs a radio station, or is about to. Well, no, he does. I'm not sure if it's on air yet. Calder Valley Radio. He's the boss. Oh yeah, they're all here, dear. They're all here. All these important people. You know, bosses of radio stations, television organisations. Every 5 minutes, the BBC are on the phone to me, dear. Every 5 minutes, begging me to go and do shows for them. I'm sorry, I like to sit here in my own television studio complex doing my shows. Thank you very much. John, Domino's 2 medium pizzas, a side of potato wedges or mozzarella sticks for £12. It's not reasonable, £12. Not when you can go down to the Aldi for 89 pence, dear. 89 pence for a delicious pizza in Aldi. Nothing wrong with them. What else have we got there? Domino's are cheap if you go and collect $8.99 for a large one. $8.99 or 89 pence? Up to you, Adrian. You're the one with all the money, dear. We've got to cut costs here. I'm going to turn one of the lights out from next week. I'll be like an eclipse. Some of you are very good at doing eclipses in front of that sun, aren't you? I've been watching you, my loves. Oh, dear. Beth, claps. Good for you to take a walk, little and often well done. Yeah, I like to go for long walk. I might even introduce a nighttime walk as well, or an evening walk, especially as it's nice at the moment. We must be coming soon to the longest day of the year, aren't we? Let's have a look there. Yeah, in what is it today? 10th. In 10 days' time, it will be the longest day of the year. Can you believe that? And we've missed it, haven't we? We've missed all the spring. Maybe all the summer as well. I'm still waiting for permission to go and travel to my caravan. The site's open. The site's been open since April. Just can't travel up there at the moment. Right, so that's that. What have we got here? Now, you might want to order some stuff off Amazon. This is in the Daily Mirror this morning. You might just want to order some stuff off Amazon. Okay, an Amazon worker has lost her engagement ring while packing orders, and she's launched a nationwide appeal to find it. This lady, oh, she's only 18, bless her heart. Jasmine Paget, or Paget, 18. She's from Swansea, from the Valley, from the Welsh Valley. Jasmine Paget, 18, from Swansea, had finished packing the prime parcels at Amazon warehouse near her house, where she had made the devastating discovery. Notice the Welsh accent, yeah? I was practically speaking Welsh there. Anyone Welsh here will tell you that that is how everyone speaks in Welsh, like I speak. Although that is changing because of our huge numbers of people watching this programme now in Wales. People are starting to speak like me. None of them are making any sense whatsoever. Just like you watching this programme, my love. Jasmine, she was devastated when she made the discovery. She received the stunning ring from fellow warehouse employee Josh Manning's 20. Cradle snatcher. She's 18, he's 20. Cradle snatcher. Cradle snatcher. Only a few months ago on Valentine's Day this year, after a month-long romance. It's only been a month. She's got a ring out of him already. I can't get anything. No one's ever bought me a ring. I dream of walking down the aisle just like in The Sound of Music. How do you solve a problem like Chris Reardon? Oh, I would have to be married in that church where Julie Andrews got married to Christopher Plummer. I would have to, with the nuns singing. La da 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 da. A clown. We might do a techno version of that. It says in the Daily Mirror, despite the entire team at Amazon searching high and low for the ring and shutting everything down, she was forced to return home without her precious ring and in absolute pieces. Oh, bless her. Oh, he's good looking. Oh, do you want to have a look? Do you want to have a look? She's all right, I suppose, but he's, oh my God, good looking. No wonder she accepted straight away. Just a moment, let me get a photo of him for you. There we are. Things are desperate here, dear. Wait a minute. Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. There you go. There's a photo of him. There you go. Oh, yes. Can I just crop her out, please? Thank you. That's better. There you go. Nice. Bit young for me, 20. Probably be full of BS. You know what I mean? There you go. There's her as well. She's nice and all, isn't she? Bit heavy on the old eyebrows, but, you know, she's nice. I'm sure she's lovely. She looks like a nice person. Do you know what I mean? Some people, times you look at people and you can tell they're a nice person. It goes on. I was so gutted. I felt my heart in my stomach and started to cry. I just went to my maggots to... Idiot. I just went to my managers to find out if there's any way they could find it. It definitely went into a parcel. We just can't tell which one, which is so frustrating. I roughly pack about 160 packages an hour. Wow! And I package up such a... Excuse me, I'm going to have to blow my nose. It's itching. And I package such a wide variety of parcels so I could be in any type of parcel. Oh, I've got one coming. I've got a smart plug coming tomorrow. It might be in there. What would I do with it? Do you know, I would send it... I would absolutely... I'm not joking to you. I would contact Amazon and send it back. Not because it's worth a lot of money. If it would, I couldn't care less if it was worth 10 quid or £100,000. I would absolutely try and contact. I would try and contact the girl specifically, rather than the company, because you never know where this stuff goes. You know what I mean? It's like when you give tips to someone in a restaurant. You know, you give it to the person who's standing in front of you, don't you? You know what I mean? You don't give it to the person over there. Oh, by the way, they've done a good job. Could you give them £10? Because you don't know it's going to go there. Do you? Huh? I would absolutely try and contact her. When Jasmine came home came clean to Josh, her boyfriend, about what had happened, he thought she was joking, but she told him honestly, I've been crying for the last hour. I've lost the ring. I can't find it. Jasmine added, thankfully, Josh has been very understanding. He just made a big joke out of it to keep my hopes up, bless her. Well, I hope she finds that. What an awful thing to lose. Your engagement ring or something like that. How sad is that? Eh? I think that's really sad, that. Hope she I really, really hope she finds that. I really do. Where are we now? John lived in Wales, and that was not a Welsh accent. Oh, John, there's something wrong with your ear holes, darling. I'm not surprised at your age, my love. When is the last time you had your ears tested? They do a very good deal at Specsavers now, don't they? Or is it Specsavers? They do ear testing there. Perhaps you could pop up over there. Then you might be able to hear what's actually going on this channel, except for moaning all the time, darling. Shocking. Shocking. Adrian, I'll let you punish yourself with the Audi pizzas. Can't even spell Audi. Look, A-U-D-I. Can't even spell it. Too much palm oil in it. Oh, he goes on and on about this bleeding palm oil, Adrian Richardson. Well, you must be doing something wrong, Adrian. Try Marks and Spencer's pizzas oblong. Oblong pizzas. I like that word, oblong. Isn't that a funny word, oblong? Fran says, on the subject of walking, you should walk fast enough to get your heart pumping, then get home again and enjoy beans and cheese on toast. Yes, please. What else have we got there? Joseph has been married for 2 years. I still haven't got a ring. Really? Tight-fisted git. Dump him. Dump him, Joseph. Get someone who's going to buy you some sort of piece of jewellery or something like that. Mind you, jewellery doesn't do anything for me at all. Really. If you want to ask to marry me, I'd be quite happy for you to get me another Amazon Echo or something like that. There you go. Happy wedding. No, I don't need any jewellery or anything like that. No ear. I used to have earrings like this. Great big loops they were. John had 3 Welsh girlfriends. You don't stop, do you, John? Honestly, one to the other, dear. He don't care, John. This is a lad he is. Oh, dear. James, was it true that Meghan Markle was dogging with the Royal Guards and the Queen caught her in a wild 100-person orgy? No. No, that was John Aitken. Good morning to LaBelle. Your emerald-eyed summertime romance of magic is in the house. Hello to you. Right, what else have we got here? I'm going to show you these pictures because I don't think John's going to turn up today. Here are the totally, utterly disgusting pictures that John Parrish sent in overnight, boys and girls. Just 2 pictures. We were talking yesterday about a particular type of food that is really one of the worst things that anyone, I think, in the world can possibly eat. And they are jellied eels. I cannot imagine how someone can sit there walking along the beach often with this little plastic cup and a fork. Plastic fork, digging them out. Oh, it's vile. Anyway, here they are. You'll see how disgusting these are. Look. How totally and utterly vile do they look? Was it in some sort of cup as well? Look, there's another picture coming up, another picture, even worse. Look, chopped up jellied eels. How on earth can anyone eat that stuff? Nasty. Nasty. There we are. I told you I was going to disgust you. There's probably people... We might have to take a break now. We might have to take a break now because obviously a lot of you are now running to the toilet to be sick. Dr. Gregorian says it was an Armenian accent I was doing earlier, was it? Dr. Gregorian's from Armenia. Peter Wright doesn't like the look of them either. Peter, they're disgusting things, all right? Now, showed you that app a little while ago of the route that it plans out your map. I think it's just brilliant, that. Absolutely brilliant, that. Well, how do you fancy avoiding crowds? I'm one person that indeed avoids crowds. Okay? Especially in this climate at the moment. Google Maps, new feature in the Daily Mirror, makes it much easier to avoid the crowds on public transports. Here's a new feature here. It's one of the most popular navigational apps around at the moment, and now Google Maps has launched several new features to make it easier for commuters amid the virus pandemic. This is a great idea. Now, I've used Google Maps. Sometimes when I'm out walking, I get lost in the forest. Although once you go sort of fairly deep into it, you lose the phone signal when it stops working. But I then discovered you can download a map of your area onto the phone, what works with those satellite things in the sky, and then it works off that without having to actually be connected to the 3G or 4G or indeed the 2G network. It works off the map you've downloaded onto it, which is brilliant. Right, well, now they've got these new features. These new features in the Daily Mirror, it says, includes alerts about important information and the ability to see when public transport is particularly busy. What a great idea. It's been explained getting from A to B can be more complicated these days. And you need to know a crowded train station might be how crowded a train station might be at a particular time, or whether a bus is running on a limited schedule. Having this information before and during your trip is critical for both essential workers who need to safely navigate to work, and will become more important for everyone as countries around the world begin to reopen. In our latest release of Google Maps on Android and Apple, we're introducing features to help you easily find important information if you need to venture out, whether it's by car or public transportation. And that's fantastic. Let's see if we can do something there. It gives you various pictures of there of how that works. It says, in the hopes of helping passengers prepare for their journeys, Google has introduced alerts from local transit agencies. These alerts can help you prepare accordingly if government mandates impact transit services or require you to wear a mask on public transportation. And I would say to you, always wear a mask if you're going on public transport. I wear one nowadays in the shops. Some of you will think I'm stupid. Don't care, rather stupid alive than stupid dead. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it. And that's it. Let me see if I've got the most recent update there. Yeah, that looks like it. So how do we do this? Let's bring up Google Maps. Google Maps, right. And what do I do? We're looking... I don't know how this works, actually. So how do we do this? Your location, okay. Home. Okay, home. There we are, home. And have we got a bus thing there or something? I don't know how this works. Buses. Let's do buses. Buses, options. Options. Best route, fewest transfers, least walking, collecting modes. Well, I don't know how that works then. We don't know how that works yet. Perhaps I'll give that a little go later and report back to you. It's not telling me your location to work. Buses. Okay, let's choose bus. 2 minutes. Depart at... What time should we depart? 12 midday. 12:50 midday. Okay. Depart at 12:50 midday. So we're going from home to Corpus Christi, Wokingham. Okay. Let's see how we do now. Okay, so it says light traffic. Is that normal? Light traffic. Let's have a look. Scroll down there. Recommended route. It says, oh yeah, there we go. Light traffic. Light traffic. Was it not doing that before then? And it tells you, blimey, it's not difficult to get to Wokingham. Or you can get an Uber. I got an Uber thing. Modified schedule. So it says modified schedule there, you see. Modified schedule, which means it's different to normal. So that would help. Well, that's a good thing. 55 minutes to get to Wokingham on a bus. Jesus. It's 20 minutes on my bike. So that's an excellent thing. I don't know what ones you use, but Google, Apple, they've got Apple Maps, right? But I couldn't, I spent ages looking for sort of a walking route or a cycling route, and I can't find one on the Apple Maps. I mean, I've been on the internet and looked up bits and pieces. I can't find it on there at all, how to select the walking map. The trouble with looking for stuff on the internet about computer programs is that as the program evolves, the old information is still on the internet on how to use it. And it can be very, very difficult to find out how to actually use something like that, Most annoying. Let's have a look there. Anything interesting there of anyone? Dr. Gregorian wears a face mask, covering everywhere I go. I'm trying not to use public transport. I think you're doing the right thing there. Absolutely doing the right thing there, Dr. Gregorian. All right? Good. So that's the Google Maps thing. Bit of technology news. We like technology news here on the show. Tesla. Tesla, that's the car people. The Tesla supplier has developed a battery that will last for 16 years. This is brilliant for cars. I don't know how long you keep a car. In my case, it's usually about 3 years. It's like a, for my travelling around to my various places of employment, which is non-existent now, which is annoying. I'm paying for a car that's sitting in the garage. How annoying is that? It's doing nothing. Mad. Yes. Tesla has dominated the electric market vehicle for years. The electric vehicle market for years. And a new breakthrough could ensure it reigns supreme. The firm's battery supplier, Contemporary Amperex Technology, has told Bloomberg, that's like an American news thing, that it is ready to produce a rechargeable battery that will last for 16 years or 1.24 million miles before it would be needing to be replaced. How brilliant is that? Based in China, it said orders are ready to be filled, but added that the battery will cost 10% more than those currently on the market. Well, that doesn't seem too bad at all. The trouble is these batteries for electric cars are horrifically expensive, aren't they? They're thousands of pounds. News about the secret million-mile battery first surfaced last month by sources that said that Tesla would launch the new technology in China in a bid to reposition itself. Sources first revealed last month that Tesla was working on a 1 million-mile battery that rely on innovations such as low cobalt and cobalt-free battery chemistries. So they're talking about the technical sides inside of batteries there. I'm not quite sure what all that's about, but wow. That's a bit of a game changer there, isn't it? Because people are sort of worried that if they buy an electric car, how long does the battery last? I have to say, I haven't really seen any stories at all of people buying electric cars and then saying, oh, but the battery died within a year or two. Something like that. Because it is quite an expensive part of the actual car, isn't it? The battery. But there we are. It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting that. So that's that one. Nightclubs. Now, why do we go to nightclubs? To meet people and dance. I went to a wonderful nightclub for years called Turnmills. It's gone now. It became offices. But I had some brilliant times in there. In the 90s, that was. John Aitken went there as well, I think. Possibly one or two of you as well. They had various different nights. They had Gallery on a Friday night, which I went to a couple of times. They had Trade on a Saturday night, which I went to almost every week. That was the latter part of the 90s. And also on Sunday, they had, it was either FF, which became Warriors, which became Melt. The club kept changing. Heavy music, heavy house, hard house and techno. Bang, bang, bang. That was the music in there. Wonderful. Well, in Spain, Spanish nightclubs have reopened amid an easing of the country's lockdown, but dancing is banned. Some clubbers will be told not to dance in a widely mocked restriction designed to prevent infections, new regulations state. When there is an area used for a dance floor or similar in a venue, it should be used to install tables or a group of tables and cannot be employed for dance use. I mean, how mad is that? Can you see yourself going to a nightclub and sitting down? Basically, you'd be turning it into like a pub, wouldn't you? Surely you couldn't call it a nightclub anymore. It'd be a pub, wouldn't it? A pub or a restaurant. I can't see that working somehow. Bar owners in Madrid were also preparing to reopen as restrictions on indoor seating were lifted. Previous rules limited customers to half-filled outdoor terraces. But with just 3 usable outdoor spots at his ball-themed Madrid bar, this bloke was unable to make the numbers work. He said, I can't rehire any of my employees for just 3 tables. We hope next week to open for our friends and clients. So I don't know how that's going to work. I don't how you can have a nightclub and have dancing band. Why would you go there? Thank you, John. You just wouldn't go there, would you? Trade, that's right, Dan. Did you go there, Dan? Trade? Oh, it was wonderful. Were you at Trade at the same time as me? That would be sort of 1994 to sort of 1999. Every week I went. Oh, off my head, dear. Wonderful times. You used to have to walk along the wall, holding onto the wall. Happy times, Dan. When were you there? Matui, my doctor said not to wear a mask because it weakens your immune system. Explain this survival rate of the virus of over 99.9%. Yeah. I've been into Walmart, no gloves, no mask since March. Actually, most people in the supermarkets don't have a mask and gloves on. I don't do the gloves. I don't see the point of that. I really don't. You know, if you touch something, you've got to keep changing the gloves. Well, you know, if you wash your hands, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Oh, you were there after that, were you, John? Sorry, Dan. So just before it closed, that would have been sort of into the 2000s. You know, I stopped around 1999, 2000. I remember, never forget, I was dancing there one day and I thought, do you know, I don't want to be here anymore. I had the time of my life in that place. But I was dancing in there one day and I thought, do you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. And then I stopped and that was that. End of. John saw me in Trade quite often. Was that upstairs, John? Trading terminals, Joseph. I think you went well as well. LaBelle, not dance if it would be fun. Not dance. It would be fun if you had a band or a drag show. Yeah, you could still have that on, I suppose, couldn't you? You could still have the band or the drag show on. Still some sort of entertainment. Karaoke, I think, is out of the question completely because there's so many people using that microphone. Said to you right at the beginning of the show there, when you see people spitting onto that microphone, probably completely unaware most of the time, but that's what happens at a karaoke night. All that phlegm and spittle going onto the microphone. Not pleasant, really, is it? So you know, you can just keep washing the damn thing all the time. Funnily enough, just before the virus came along, when we first heard about it, I was spraying that microphone. I had Dettol spray. I wouldn't do it after every person, sort of every few people I'd give the microphone, but not directly into the microphone, just over it lightly, you know. I was doing it all the time. Yeah, Dan met famous people in there. I met the girl from Heidi High. She was a laugh. Oh, she was a laugh. Madonna went there once, you know, Trade. I don't know if I was there at the time when she was there, though. Michael went to Trade as well. Coming out in broad daylight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, yes. Well, if you went to the Sunday one, Dan, it would have been either FF, I think you're much younger than me, probably Melt for you. Melt, if you came out of Melt, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and you'd be standing at this bus stop with people waiting to go to work. It was hilarious. I always thought that was very funny. Oh, happy times. Right, 2 more stories, gang. We must wish today Prince Philip. Happy birthday to Prince Philip. 99 years old today. That's not bad, is it? 99 years old today. In today's Metro, the Duke of Edinburgh is marking his 99th birthday tomorrow with a celebratory portrait alongside the Queen as they spend lockdown at Windsor Castle. I might cycle up there, actually. Actually, there I could cycle to Windsor, couldn't I? How far would that be for me? Windsor. Wonder how far Windsor would be for me. That's a bit of a journey, I have to say. Let's have a look here. Windsor. Where's my Google Maps again? Windsor. Windsor Great Park. There it is, Windsor Great Park. And we're where's the walking? Oh, I've got the blooming Apple Maps come up there, I think. I always do that wrong. Google Maps. Commute. Is it commute? Is it commute? Hang on a minute. Sometimes I can't find where the different things, you know, it's cycle or whatever. I've lost it now. Okay. Windsor Great Park. There it is. directions there. No, that's on the bus thing now. How do I change that? But it's just not clear how to blooming do that. Oh, I hate that. There's a thing there. Direction. Is it directions? Start, save, share. Directions maybe. Oh, there we go. Where cycling is an hour. Okay. And there's my route, you see. That would be the route I take. Yeah. Incidentally, that's not a motorway. I shan't be cycling on a motorway. An hour. 11 miles. Oh, that's 11 miles there and 11 miles. That's 22 miles. That's a long journey on the bike. You're all right. You're all right on a journey like that. You're all right on your way there. And you're all right for sort of half the journey coming back again. And then after that, your bum starts getting aching. I think it's a normal thing with cyclists. I mean, I've got this new saddle that I bought from Audi, $4.99 it was. And it's like a gel memory foam thing. So I've put that on. Quite frankly, I don't know if it's any better or not. It's certainly raised me up a little bit. You raise me up to sing from highest mountains. That one. It's raised me up, but I don't know if I'm more comfortable on it or not, or it's exactly the same. But your bum does ache after about an hour and a half there. Dear me. And of course, you can't really stop anymore for a cup of tea. You know, when you get to the end of, like, if you're going somewhere out in the car or something, there'd be a little place, oh, I just have a cup of tea in there. I haven't been able to do that. I went to Virginia Water a couple of weeks ago. You may remember that. And I got there. I thought, oh, I could die for a cup of tea or a can of Coke or something. Of course, there was nothing open. Couldn't do it. You know, I think I had my bottle of water. Boring, it. Bottle of water is boring. I don't know if I should go to that Windsor Park. The trouble is, it looks like it might pour down with rain. I don't want to get wet. Don't want to get wet. Anyway, Dan saw Jesse Wallace in trade. Matt Lucas. Oh, there's way after me then. George Michael in there. Oh, George, you saw George Michael? Oh, of course, yes. Plus the TV Doctor. Oh, yes. Yes, he's well known. I think I've seen him in Chariots, to be honest. Morning to Peter Paliwoda. You're late today, aren't you? Where have you been? Stena Maintenance. What's Stena Maintenance? What, Stena Stairlift? Have you got a Stena Stairlift? How fast is it? He's up and down that thing all day long. Have you worn it out? Is it a Stena? Is that what you mean, Stena? Maybe so. Maybe so. Peter Paliwoda, stop at mine for tea. You're not near me, are you, Peter? I'm in Bracknell in Berkshire. Jason, my mates once told me to meet them at a certain nightclub, but I was unaware it was gay. When I went back out, they were hiding, laughing their heads off. Oh, I shouldn't worry, Jason. No one's going to come near you, mate. You know. Here we go. So happy birthday is tomorrow, is it? Happy birthday to Duke of Edinburgh. I must pop up there. I've got a large Union flag there. I could just fly it outside the castle for a while and then get back on my bike and come back. It is a long journey though, 11 miles. Although do you know what I could do? I could take a flask up there with tea and sandwiches, couldn't I? That might be a nice thing to do. A little day out. What's the weather tomorrow? Let me have a look. Bracknell weather. I do BBC weather. I think Naga Monchetti should be on at all times on the BBC. Here we go. So today, light rain and showers today. Better not go today then. Tomorrow, rains all day tomorrow and Friday. Oh, well, when's the rain today? 11, 12. Well, there's nothing out there yet. 1 till 3 is no rain. Ooh, 1 till 3 is no rain. So I don't know. It says it's going to rain early, but I can't see any rain out there at the moment. It is overcast, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. All right. One more story, and then we do today's raffle tickets, boys and girls. This is a nice story in the Daily Mirror. A woman was left humbled by the generosity of a complete stranger after he anonymously paid for her food shopping. Why doesn't this happen for me? No one pays for my food shopping. She was doing her weekly food shop at a local Aldi When a man asked her if he could go in front of her at the queue, she explained that because she usually buys in bulk, she often lets other customers go ahead of her, and since the man only had a small bag of items, she was happy to do the same. But when she got to the till, she was shocked to discover that the anonymous man had paid $50 towards her shopping. How kind is that? She took to her Facebook to share her heartwarming story, writing, "Wow, I'm just so humbled in the generosity of a stranger in Seymour Audi today." Has that ever happened to you? Has anyone ever paid for your shopping? Start asking for your raffle tickets now, boys and girls, and I'll come to those straight after the story, all right? Has that ever happened to you? Someone paid for your shopping? I like the sound of that. Next time you see me in the fish and chip shop, perhaps at the, what's it called? The Trawler's Catch. My favourite restaurant in Skegness. We love the Trawler's Catch. Baked beans on chips. Yes, please, mummy. Next time you see me in there, perhaps you'll pay for my baked beans and chips. Won't cost you much. She didn't get the chance to thank the generous man for his kind gesture. He'd already left the store after paying for his items and hers. She was extremely grateful and also surprised that the man hadn't let her thank him for his actions, especially during the unprecedented times that we currently find ourselves. She added, "Wow, he so didn't have to do that, and I appreciate it very much. Just so shows kindness goes a long way." And it does. You know, when someone does something kind for someone else, it's like you when you send your tips. I'm always very touched by that. It's not the money. Really isn't. I'm just touched that you like my work to the point where you'd send us £1 or something like that. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Peter Paliwoda, drag night at Rosie O'Grady's Limassol. Now, I don't know that. Rosie O'Grady's in Limassol. Is that a pub there now? Is it? Is that actually there now? Must look that up. Rosie O'Grady's Limassol. Must remember that. Look at it after the show there. Right, let's do our raffle tickets then. Jason Hughes, 850 for Jason Hughes. Mick Davenport, 851. Michael Lawrence, 852. Fran Green, 853. AMS Clark, 854. Oh, why have I put Slark instead of Clark? AMS Clark, 854. Peter Paliwoda, 855. Just scroll up a little bit, sweetheart. 855. Peter Paliwoda. Where are we now? Diane Jebb, 856. Morning, Diane. There's Diane Jebb. Peter Wright, 857. Tony King, 858. This is for the raffle on Monday morning. Someone wins one of these every Monday, okay? So if you want a raffle ticket, ask now. Unless, of course, you've already asked by email, in which case I'll deal with those straight after, okay? If I miss anyone out, don't worry too much. It does happen sometimes. You know, sometimes I don't miss someone out, right? And then they complain that I've missed them out. Someone did that yesterday, actually. Then I watched back yesterday's show. Nope, I gave them a ticket. They just didn't pay attention. And then you blame me. Shocking. Shocking state of affairs. It's amazing the amount of people. I think they think that I specifically choose their name to miss them out sometimes. Right, Tony King. We've done Tony King. Where are we now? John Aitken. Trevor's bored again. Oh well, find something more interesting to do then. John Aitken, 859. Thank you, John. Adam, 860. Thank you, Adam. There we are. Where are we now? Tony King, Mandy. If it was near Nicholas, oh, you're talking to each other there. Okay. Yep. Yeah, well, Trevor's just saying the truth. If I'm honest, and we're honest with you, Trevor. You know, if you go, go. No, you won't be missed, my darling. Off you go. We're being honest. Just like you. Off you go. Bye. Bye. Andy. Thank you, Andy. 861. Thank you, Andy. 861. Is that everyone now? Okay. If I've missed anyone out, my loves, please speak now, and I will correct our missingness. All right. Meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Here comes today's birthdays. Happy birthday. There's only three birthdays today. Happy birthday on this Wednesday, the 10th of June 2022. Shannon Baxter, who's a young 21 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Shannon. Charlotte Messatea is happy birthday to you. And Darren Tempest Burtonshaw. Just 3 birthdays today. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And one just coming in on the text messenger. Young Rachel Wheatland is watching somewhere where she can't use the chat box, probably on the phone or something like that. She's just texted in, so 862 for you there, Rachel, right? 862, my love, and that's everyone, I think. If you've asked for a raffle ticket by email, I'll deal with those immediately after the show, gang. Lots of people wishing you happy birthday there to our 3 birthday type people today. Dave-O, I just see Dave-O in there as well. 863 for you, Dave. Dave Oslier. Ticket for you, Dave Oslier. Anyone else there? Let's have a look there. Anyone else? There we go. Good. Excellent. That's it. Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, round about the same time. Time for a long walk. I don't know if I might risk the bike. Do you think I should risk the bike and get wet? You'd love to see that, wouldn't you? A video of me getting very, very wet and soaking. No one cares. Bye-bye.